Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Gardener. So I am very excited to show you this particular succulent. I just happened to find the ID last night and I thought I'm going to share it with you because this is one of the most rare succulent that I have. Now the funny thing is I got this succulent along with a combo. The moment I seen this succulent, I knew there was something very special about it. So I got the succulent. It did get damaged in transit. A few of the lower leaves were broken. Even now it is still hydrating. It's not completely hydrated. You can see the leaves are a bit wrinkled on the lower portion. The upper portion looks very compact, and that's absolutely fine if the lower leaves tend to look like this despite watering. It's absolutely fine. Don't be worried. Don't add excess water, otherwise it will lead to a root rot. The ID of this succulent is Haworthia Beverly. I happened to find the ID on Instagram, so I am quite grateful to it. Now a lot of people have asked me, how do I get the names of the succulents, or how do I know the genus of the succulents? So guys, this comes with experience. It has been really long that I started with succulents. I actually started in 2014. But it was not a very good success because I had purchased some seeds online, which of course I got scammed, and those seeds were not succulent seeds, as I've spoken about this earlier. So 2014 is when I initially started, because that's when I seen succulents on Pinterest and I was completely in love with them. Now I was not very sure if they are going to work out in my environment because those pictures on Pinterest were just absolutely beautiful. The colors, the stress colors, the arrangements, they looked absolutely beautiful. So I have been using Pinterest from almost 2013, but 2014 is when I came across them and I was like, I need to get this plant ASAP. But of course it took a very long time. 2014 I got the seeds, got scammed, it didn't work out, I completely forgot about them. So from 2015 beginning, I remember it was January, I was coming back from work and I happened to notice Fred Ives. I didn't know the name at that point of time. It was thrown out on the road. Probably somebody had just discarded them from their house while cleaning the garden. I picked it up, I got it home, I started doing a lot of research. So from 2015 until 2023, it has taken a very long time for me to learn a lot about them, mostly through experience rather than learning from articles, because a lot of times it doesn't work out. So whatever information that I try to give you in the videos is basically based on the experience that I had and how I have overcome those obstacles in order to grow succulents. Despite being from a tropical environment, my environment is not very favorable for succulents, but with all of those adjustments, challenges, trial and error, today we have reached to this spot wherein we are able to grow a good amount of succulents of different varieties. A few of the varieties like sempervivums, yes, they don't work out, so I've quit them, but majority of the varieties are doing quite well and I'm very happy, thanks to all the experiments that I have done over the years and which has worked out really well. So here we are. This is Haworthia Beverly. As I said, it is very rare. It's like finding a pin in a haystack, and I happen to find it, keeping a very close eye. I will propagate it at some point of time, not right now, because you can see the leaves are not in a very good condition, so we have to wait for them to turn plump. Maybe the lower leaves might fall off, depends, but all we have to do is just offer a good amount of care. It's getting a good amount of morning direct sunlight for 5 to 6 hours, balanced watering, not too much, not too less. So I'm just keeping a close eye on it. I hope I will be able to propagate this and multiply them. I prefer to do this, especially when I know a particular succulent is not very common. I try to propagate it. A lot of times hybrid succulents are very difficult to leaf propagate. A lot of times it's not successful. Like for example, aguides. I don't have much success with leaf propagation of aguides, maybe because of the tropical environment. But few of the varieties do get propagated only during the summers, but not during the winters. So a lot of challenges in growing succulents, especially if the environment does not belong to them or if they are not native to your place, so then it can be a little bit tricky, but it's all about learning from your mistakes, and that's how over the years I have been successful with growing succulents. So yes, the question, how do I find the names of the succulents? It has taken a very long time. Of course, I can identify the common ones, but a lot of hybrids are still a mystery and very difficult to identify. All of my social platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of them are flooded with succulent pictures because I keep searching pictures if I'm not able to find it on Facebook. If I don't find the ID on Instagram, I might end up on Pinterest. Pinterest is somewhere where I tend to find a lot of the names, but again, it's the same like Google. A lot of people tend to feed their pictures, and a lot of times people also tend to mislabel them, and that will also tend to show up on your feed. So what I do is I take around 15 to 20 images and I start comparing them, and something that looks very similar is what I think is the correct ID, and then again I do some more searches on that same image, and then I happen to find the ID. It takes a very long time, but it's worth at the end. So guys, that's all about it. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep propagating.